The first thing I want to say is thank you. I want to say awesome on you for taking the initiative to reach out to me and ask these questions. You didn't ask me to do it for you, which is why I'm helping you. All right, so here goes. Question number 1 was, what are some tips that can help with my voice projection? Okay, number 1, don't overdo it. Don't try too hard to speak super loud or to make an extra effort to, project your voice. Be natural, don't stress it out too much, because if you force it, it's gonna sound forced, and then you're gonna hurt your voice, and if the presentation goes on any longer, you're gonna possibly lose your voice, which could make things even worse. Second thing is, don't be a hater. As in, don't hate your own voice, because I know a lot of people hate the sound of their own voice. And it's because you hear it from your own perspective. You're not hearing it the way other people hear it. So don't worry about your own voice. Don't hate on yourself. Don't hate your own voice. Just be confident in who you are. Number 3, here is a real tip now for how to project your voice. Try to speak from your upper chest and your throat area, and really concentrate your energy on projecting your voice from that area. And you might have to work on that a little bit to kind of get the feeling for what that's like, but basically I can feel the muscles in this part of my body working to make my voice come out. Rather than just from your nose or from your mouth, it does sound different. The fourth thing with projecting your voice is stay hydrated. You don't want to go up there with a dry, scratchy throat, and you can also drink something during your presentation if you have time for that, and make sure you're prepared for that as well. Okay, number 5, finally with voice projection, is to practice with a video camera, or use your smartphone and a voice recording app, and try and practice recording yourself. See what it sounds like when you do different things with your voice. I know that I've practiced a lot because I've been a voice actor for many years, so I kind of know what I have to do in order to speak, this way, for example, when I'm making these videos. So it is a little bit different than when maybe you're talking normally with your friends, but during a presentation, you want to know, okay, this is what I have to do to make my voice sound that way during a presentation. Okay, the second question that you had was, how can you catch the audience's attention? In order to do that, you have to break people out of their current way of thinking. So usually people are too lazy. It's not them, it's their brain. It's their brain that is just kind of too lazy to want to process anything new. So in order to get their attention, you have to do something that is either unexpected, surprising, shocking, something that gets their attention. But it doesn't have to be something bad, it doesn't have to be something negative, it just needs to be something that they care about. And that goes into number 2, which is knowing your audience. Knowing your audience is critical to getting their attention, because if you don't know your audience, there's no way you're going to know what would work to get their attention. So always know who your audience is and what they are interested in. And the third tip related to getting your audience's attention is don't talk straight through the entire presentation without offering some kind of a break. And what I mean by a break is not like an intermission kind of break, but for example, maybe you talk for 5 minutes, then you want to maybe show a slide, you want to show some pictures, you want to show a video, you want to do an activity. So something to kind of interrupt the flow of your speaking in order to keep the audience's attention. So it's kind of like keeping them on their toes. Okay, and your third question, what do you do if you forget what to say during your presentation? Okay, so the first piece of advice so that you don't forget what to say in a presentation is be totally prepared. You do not want to be preparing the night before, because guess what? You'll probably forget something. Unless you're a genius. You probably are not even watching this if you are a genius. But if you're like anybody else, and if you're like me, for example, I cannot prepare the night before because I'm not going to be able to do well. If you don't want to do well in your presentation, prepare the night before, guaranteed you'll forget everything. Okay, the second thing is, now what if you really do forget in the middle of your presentation? Do not tell them you forgot. Do not let on that you have forgotten anything. Because during the presentation, you are in control of that time. You're in control of yourself as well. So don't let on that you forgot anything. And also, you don't want to say, oh, I'm just going to skip that part. Because people are going to know you either forgot it or you somehow messed up. Or why isn't that important? I want to know what it is. Your teachers are going to see that and go, they probably didn't know what they're talking about. They probably forgot. Okay, and finally, this is a kind of a little presentation remembering trick that I always use. Okay, not that I always use because I'm really prepared, right? But this is a really great trick for those times when you just suddenly go, I have no idea what to say. So what you do is, let's say for example, you have slides, and most of the time you're going to have some slides. Now, first of all, do not write everything onto your slides because that is the absolute worst thing you can do. The reason is because your audience can read a lot faster than you can talk, so they will have read everything before you have finished talking, and they'll be so bored. But what you do instead is you write a hint or a reminder or the topic or something that will trigger your memory so that you can kind of keep going. Now, what you do to look at this is you're going to think, okay, you're going to walk along, you're going to be like, uh-oh, I don't remember what to say. So what you do is you kind of just casually turn and walk either across the stage or walk towards the slides, and then you can look up at the slides, just kind of glancing at them. And then you can focus your attention again back to your audience. They will not know that you didn't know what you're talking about, that you forgot, because you're going to do it so casually and so coolly, it'll look like a part of your presentation. Now, of course, everyone in this class watching this or everyone watching this will now do that same trick. So, everyone might know that you forgot now, but for the most part, they won't. Okay, so I hope that helps you. I hope I answered those 3 questions well. And again, thank you for getting in touch with me. Best of luck with the rest of your presentation. And for all of you watching as well, good luck to you as well. All right? I don't know if you're all going to flood me with emails now to get help, but anyway, thanks. We'll talk to you again soon. Bye-bye.